Hi, and welcome back to Chuck's Tuesday Tips Part 2, bicycle seat making. We screwed up and didn't turn the mic on the first part, so I'm going to do a quick overlay, and I'm going to put up my first part behind this one. Basically what I did here, we have a pedestal mannequin. We're getting ready to set up a pedestal mount. The first thing we need to do is make the back. So what I did on this one is I went around and evened up any high spots, knocked them down. Then a very important step was, and you can see it on the other tip, was I took a marker and marked around the whole mannequin back. Then I took my fiberglass mat and ripped up little sections, mixed up the fiberglass, tamped it on, pushing out all the air, making it nice cover for this. And I did two coats of glass. And if you just look at the other one, I think you'll be able to pick up what it is. So now we're going to do what was going to be the second part of the tip, was finishing this. So now this thing is kicked. Oh, here's a good example. See what I did? I put fiberglass, just tore it off and covered the whole thing with pieces. Mixed it up in a cup and used a disposable brush, a Jippo one like this, so you can just throw it away. I didn't put any wax or anything on this. Should come up. Pretty good. What happened is it's not quite kicked, so I'm going to carefully lift this off if I can. There we go. Okay, so let me set this down real quick. Put this back on the easel. I explained that I made this round thing out of a nipple from the hardware store. So that you'll have a round stand attachments for your stand. It'll go nice and onto the round piece of wood here. I say that every time, don't I, Jeff?
Sure do.
There we go. Alright. Now that we've got our back made, you can see here why we put the black on. Made a mark all the way around. What we're going to do is take our saw and cut on the inside of that line. That's going to give us just the right amount to cover the back when we wrap the leather around there.
would be that one apprentice, not me.
The one apprentice, not you? Okay.
Isn't that his name?
Not me, and I don't know.
Yeah, the twins.
These won't work, they're not strong enough. Try these. I never had it not saw before, but of course.
I believe it's because it's not set.
Yeah, it's not quite set. But we were waiting an hour for it to set, and I got sick of waiting. Could have mounted a whole deer head. But it's like 20 degrees in here. So, anyway, you get the idea. You cut all the way around here. Following the line. Let's try it again. This isn't going to work either. Pretty good, huh? So, now that you have that done, the next step is padding. Let's take a little bit of this stuff here. That a rug liner was nice enough to pack the last bear he sent me in. We're going to upholster this sucker. Now, when you start doing this, what you want to do is start in the middle of the bottom with the hot glue. Middle of the top, because what you're going to do is stretch it. You want it nice and taut. Then you go to your sides. Now the reason we cut inside the line there, because by the time you add your padding and your leather, you're going to gain a little bit back of what you cut off there. So now that we've got it glued to 4 sides stretched tight, you can come in and glue it the rest of the way. So once again, there's no real trash here at Ojai Taxidermy. I took this stuff, was wrapped around a bear rug, and used it, at least a little bit of it, for this project. Kind of cheating on this side, just barely had enough. Alright, now, see? Now what we're going to do is the last step. Get leather. Some people like smooth side out. Some people like suede side out. I'm going to do this one smooth side out. On account of we already done another one for this guy smooth side out. So again, we try and not have any waste, as little waste as possible. Buckskin works better, but right now all I have is cows, so, well, actually bulls. Well, actually Cape Buffalo. So he gets a genuine buffalo skin, guaranteed lion proof. Custom back. Okay, there's that. That back. Now, same thing applies. Only this might be a little trickier because you might have to make some knocks in your leather to get it to come around how you want it to. So again, we'll start at the top. Stuff really burns your fingers. Do you know that?
Yeah.
At the bottom. Side. You can see why we call this a bicycle seat now, can't you, Jeff?
Oh yeah.
What does it look like?
Bicycle seat.
Yep.
And now I see why you say don't knock it till you try it.
Right. Jeff was giving me all kinds of crap earlier about what we're going to do. Why do you call it that? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? I said, that's why I am the master and you are the student. You do not know the power of the dark side, though. Right? Now we'll cut some of this out. Could probably use like a, you guys that like to use razor blades or whatever, could probably use that. Just too cheap. It's not necessary. Plus, like I always say, you never learn how to use a knife. Okay, now we stretched it. Make sure this is clean. Don't do anything like I do. Okay, do it right. So now we start. Like I said, this might be a little bit trickier. Because we're going to have to cut that out and burn ourselves. There we go. We're going to have to make little knocks in the leather to get it to lay smooth. What I mean by a knock is like a 45, like this. See, because you want it to lay smooth. So that's take a little bit longer than the padding. Another irate customer. There we go. I'm pulling this over, and wherever I get a bunch, that's where I'm cutting out the notch to make my little angle thing, so it lays down flat. Once you get past the tight spots, it goes a lot faster. It's not really a race, it's still faster than a lot of other techniques. Then when I get this done, I'll clean it up a little bit, and then I'll show you how to put it on after we mount the deer head. And also, if you're using buckskin, it's a lot easier because it's a lot thinner than this thick stuff here. Again, just cutting whatever you want to call it, notches or little, I think they call it darts in sewing, where you take out a little wedge to get it. To lay down. There we go. Almost there. See how thick this leather is, Jeff? The buckskin's about half as thick as that. It stretches a lot nicer. But we're out, and we don't want to go out of business, so we use what we have. What I mean by we don't want to go out of business is I got to get this deer head done. It's number 3, and we're mounting up to number 11. And I don't want to wait. I have to go back. What I call go backwards. So we use what we have. Just might have come up with a better way to do this. Look at that. Perfect. Alright. Brush that off. We have a nice bicycle seat. Here's my towel. That's going to go on the back of that. I'm going to wrap the skin around it. And then we'll pull the skin out, the hair out, It'll ride over this just a little bit, just perfect. Now the next step is going to be installing our pin. But we're going to do that next time. We're going to stop the camera right now and go load this one up. So thanks for tuning in to Chuck's Tuesday Tips. So we'll see you next time on Xbox or Tuesday Tips or headsets.com or something.